We all have these different milestones that we have, whether in our careers or our hobbies, and with me, with music, I'm kind of in between, a bit of both. And for me, it was this Djenttonic pedal by Blackcat Amps. What happened was I got my hands on it to really try get this certain tone that I was after. And this was like the biggest leap I got working towards it and trying to home in on it to figure it out. And this actually also helped kickstart my YouTube channel, because I did a video on this just demoing it. Well, pretty much for no one. I just did it because I wanted to try it out and see what was happening when lockdown very first started happening in the forever time ago. So I thought this would be really cool to bring this back, because it's a good excuse to use it because I haven't touched it in a while, and to do a live setup. So I've got my Harley Benton GPA 100 there, with my Harley Benton 2x12 with my SM57 mic, and I thought, let's see how it would sound just chucking it in there and seeing how it works. So let me set everything up and then we'll start plugging away and we'll test it out. Now we have everything plugged in, ready to go. Grab my Omsby guitar here in drop G, which is lots of fun. And this is what we've got ready at the moment. It's good for clean, but we don't want clean. We want dirty. So. Even that as a bass foundation to start with is really good without us, well, all we did is change the level. So I normally have the gain roughly about there. But we'll see where we need to change it and do it. So this has two different modes. So let's firstly get something with the first mode by giving it a little bit more high. And as you can see, the EQ curve really affects not just the high, but all the other frequencies as well. It is a pretty, I think the thing I love most about this is not only the warmth button that I'll get to in a moment, but how the EQ can react and how much you can alter it and fuck around with it. It's really rad. Try take it back a little bit low. Not too bad. I think I prefer him out. That's pretty aggressive. Yeah, so I don't mind that as a setup. So if someone came to you with that distortion, depending on the project, that was a really bad stutter. Depending on the project, depending on the guitarist, and depending on the riff. They're all important things. But let's say they all lined up perfectly. That could be a really, really cool sound. So now let's move on to the next thing that I love, which is the warmth button, which I don't know why it's named warmth. I should ask the dude, because I'm friends with him on Facebook. It works as a really cool mid boost. It does add a bit of unwanted noise, but that's okay. I don't mind, because normally the sound I get from it is that much better. It's worth catering around and working with. Yeah, it's cool. And so now we can add a little bit more. Other than the unwanted hiss, which you can easily work around, whether you're recording or doing stuff live, this really adds some cut-through frequencies that are really good for mixes in an overall band, whether it be, well, we're focusing more on live with this, but studio and live. But the characteristics and the aggression that you can get with it, and the different ways you can make the guitar sing, especially if you're like that Djenty juice type of stuff. This is what I love about this pedal the most, that it caters for that and gives you it all in one. It's, yeah. I think it's really cool. But let's do a little bit of a back-to-back with it. Let's do 2 jams, one with it on and one with it off, so we can see the difference, see how much they can cut through the mix when we're adding bass, doubling up on the guitars and drums. And then we can just have a bit of a chat about it on the other side. But I think both modes are really good, but they definitely serve very different purposes. So let's see how they fit in this one. So sit back, relax, enjoy it, and yeah, we'll chat about it on the other side. there we have the Djenttonic little pedal, hopefully that focuses in, with the two different settings, one with the warmth on, one with the warmth off, which is, I just interpret it as a boost, as an extreme EQ boost. And the thing I love about the difference between them is, as I said before, they're both good. They both serve their purpose. But when I had the warmth on, the boost, I felt like I could play a little bit more aggressive, and it actually altered how I played, which is what you want. You wanted to bring the best out of the actual guitarist. And when listening back to the two different takes, I felt like I could identify the notes more with the boost that I had in there. So it wasn't as, the other one wasn't really muffled. This one was, when it's turned on, it was just more clearer, if that makes sense. I hopefully heard the same, but I'm definitely keen to hear your opinions on it, to see how you felt between the two, how you felt, how I dialed it in and did it. Yeah, very raw, different take, because we're just using the Harley Benton GPA 100 as our amp, running that totally dry, so all the work is coming out of this pedal, then straight into the Harley Benton 2x12. This vintage 30s with my SM57 capturing it all. So very, very simple and straightforward setup, and a very cheap setup as well. I think this cost me $200, including postage, when I got it. I think so. So this being 200 bucks, let's just say it was, because I can't remember, but it was around about there. The amp was only $100, and the speakers, the cabinet, was only $400. So 700 bucks. 700 bucks for a really, really, you know, pretty fucking rad live sound. So if you had that either live on stage or in a rehearsal room, you could really smash out some attitude and some really, really awesome characteristics out of your guitar playing with that. But yeah, as I said before, definitely keen for your thoughts. Thank you very much for joining me in this. It's lots of fun bringing it out again and using it. I haven't used it in ages, and I was a little bit surprised in myself now thinking about it, how much I still remember of what its strengths were in the best way and how I normally liked how to shape it, which is really cool because I've used a shit ton of pedals since then. But yeah, no, it's fun to come check it out to see how it is as a preamp. Yeah, and as I said, it's a really cool excuse to bring it out again. So thank you very much for joining me in this. I thoroughly look forward to seeing your thoughts, and I thoroughly look forward to chatting with you next time. And until then, stay safe.